Okay, everybody, this is it. Trails in the Sky. The Grancel chapter, the final chapter. Really only the halfway point, if we're only thinking about the entirety of the Trails in the Sky story. And really only like 1/3 if we want to add the third chapter on there. But, So we have arrived in Grancel, the capital. We had to come by foot after all, because things are getting a little hot as the army is starting to tighten its noose and stuff, and we couldn't depart by airship because airships were closed down, and the army was coming down to make investigations of Zeiss. So we came by foot, barely snuck through the border with a little bit of help by Professor Alba to get past the guys at the gate. Came here. Things here are fairly normal at the moment. The Queen's anniversary is coming up, and there's a big tournament, martial arts thing coming up, and we're gonna try and get to see the Queen in the meanwhile, to warn about the all the bad stuff happening right now. But I'm sure we can dick around town before we do all that, so let's do that today, everybody. Racers! Welcome to the shop. Please, have a look around. There was a weird reaction, but okay. Ooh. Ooh. Look at all this gear here we could be getting. Composites, wow. Actual, like, boots, not like sneakers anymore. Fascinating. We could blow our budget and just get gear for everybody here. We have 20,000, sorry. We could get weapons for both of our heroes. Let's get some for Joshua, so he'll be about on par with Estelle. We'll eventually, I'm sure, work up the money to buy the battle staff for Estelle as well, but let's get these Schneiders first. Small, lightweight daggers with double-edged tips. Edgy. Because I might have some other expenses to handle, so I don't want to like blow our budget entirely by splurging with 20,000 and leave us with only 200 Mira. You know, let's just do this real quick, like. I'm sure we'll handle okay without that. Now let's check the areas around here. We're gonna hit up West Block, East Block, then head north, because that's where the Queen will be found, the Royal Palace and everything else. Ooh, this guy. At least if she's out, she isn't nagging me while I do her cleaning. Okay, we just walked in on something going on around here. We'll just let this be. Okay. And there's one more shop and one more place to visit over there. We talked to this guy, I think. Yeah. This guy just keeps walking around here. Ah, it's a bar. The Sunnybell Inn. Yoki doki. I don't know why bar is in quotation marks there. Hey, everybody, why don't you come down to this bar? The Royal Guard is under the magnifying glass right now, with all those allegations of terrorist involvement. First the Sky Bandits in Bose, then the corrupt mayor of Rouen. Now that business with the horrible blackout in Zeiss. Sure seems like a lot's been going down these days. We definitely haven't been involved with any of that. Also, hey, I can kind of make out what it says on this sign. It says, Fruite juice, soda water. I really had to stare at that one for a bit. That one was confusing. And then tea with milk. Or mixed cocktail and refreshing pie. Sure. And some bouillabaisse. We have the bouillabaisse, don't we? Oh, no, interesting. We have the bouillabaisse plus. That's what we've got. We don't have just a regular bouillabaisse. Well, see, this is why I saved that cash on me, so we could get that. Somehow, the act of eating it fired off long-hidden neurons in the brain, teaching you the recipe for bouillabaisse. That's weird that for that occasion we got, like, silly dialogue lampshading how weird it is that we get recipes by eating. Whatever. Okay. Also, what's super weird is that the Bouillabaisse Plus is, like, heals less than the regular one. I guess the difference is that this one is to go, so Plus refers to its portability somehow? Anyway, juicy bones, fish fillets, red peppers, and crisp onions. Okay, pretty demanding. Like, supply-wise, but alright. I can't believe the Royal Guardsmen are terrorists. Every one of them that comes in here is an upstanding young man. It's gotta be some kind of mistake. Alright, she's on the right side here. Okay. Let's also get this cocktail and this pie. Pie. The ultimate cocktail. Cures all abnormal status. Oh, I see. And he also heals a ton. And this one's just a regular boring heal, but that's fine. Wow, okay. So let's check those now. When was that? There it is, mixed cocktail. Oh, wow, you really do need a lot of supplies, though. It really is a cocktail. Even sticking those coffee beans in there, dragon beads. Wow, this one packs a punch for sure. Whoa. Finally, what's the pie like? Also, quite a bit of supplies, but nothing crazy. Like, this is all stuff you can get at the store. So this one's pretty doable. I think you can get all this at the store. I'm not sure about those last two, actually. Royal Leaf? Can't quite remember, but I don't know. Alright. Nice and quiet here. Interesting. Alright. Now then, finally, let's see what's going on in this house. We were pretty depressed when we heard the news about the Queen, and now the status quo seems to be returning. All is right with the world. Two of us have been living here in Grancel since we were just little bawling babies. This is how the shitty should be. Shitty, wow, that's a bad misread on my part. Anyway, what's this about the Queen? What are you talking about? What's bad that happened? Did I miss something? Just listen to me babble. You can still get excited no matter how old you are. Okay. Also get a little bit senile, I think. Judging from that talk. Anyway, we're near the East Block, so let's hit that up and... Oh, wow. There's a lot of places to go here. That's a little crazy. There's also a big thing in the middle. What do you suppose that is? There's this ice cream shop here in the East Block that is simply to die for. An ice cream shop? Okay. At least if I had a girlfriend, I might go to the tournament. There's this beautiful girl who comes here by all the time. She's totally my type. How would you know that? I don't know. Anyway, wow, they gave a like, little sitting animation to this sprite. I love it. Man, I ain't interested in the tournament. Not at all. All that stuff just happens, man. It happens and it ends. And the world keeps on turning. Who's this, though? Lady with a lovely bonnet. Everyone in the city always looks forward to the annual martial arts competition. Okay. Ooh, are we getting through here? There's a guy guarding. This is the embassy for the Calvad Republic. Sorry, but only those who are here on official business may enter. That's right, the East Block was where all the, okay, cool. We can hide in here if we want to. That's cute. East Block is where all the, embassies are. Yes, I remember that. So, there's the Calvard one. Adel Department Store, huh? Okay, fancy. I flew in from Bose to sell some of my merchandise. Okay. Yeah, you know it's the big city. Look at this. This is crazy. Oh! They have stuff from Ravenue! Score! But why is it you can only ever find the things you want when you have no money? Okay. What's going on here? Any free samples? Welcome! Would you like to try a free sample of our tea? I can even teach you how to prepare your own cup. See, this looked like a lady handing out free samples, so I just had that vibe in me, you know? Oh, we can't actually have a tea, though? Aw, come on, I want this. Okay, fine. Oh, hey, they got the same things on sale here. Fruita juice, Soda water and tea with milk. Funny that. They must have bought the sign for the bar. Sorry, the quote-unquote bar. Over here at the store. The girl over there giving out free tea samples? That's my twin sister, Kitty. She's the most popular waitress here right now. She stole the tea selling position from me and said it was okay because she's older. And wiser! She actually said wiser! I'll show her. I'll be the best tea seller ever. Okay, let's just focus on... Can we do some shopping real quick? Thank you. Wow. Oh, firefly fungus. Okay, that's interesting. Let's get a stack of that. It's gonna kind of blow our budget a little bit, but... I can see, yeah, the fancy department store. They kind of stock a little bit of everything here, don't they? Okay. Well, I can fill in for some of the little spots in my inventory here. Plenty of shopping to do. Okay. Yeah, these onions, I noticed we need 3 of them apiece when we were making bouillabaisse. So we'll just get that. A couple of maple sugars. Lots of things use maple sugar in this game. Look at that list. No other sugars around? No. But otherwise... Oh yeah, here's some royal leaf. Okay, good. Well, we can get basically everything. Good. Yeah, we stocked up on everything available here at the food counter. Great. Great. My daughter and I came from a small village in Rouen called Manoria to see the capital. Hey, I've been there. That's cool. Heh, I'm on a trip with my mommy. Alright. Cool. Ooh, a vase exhibit. Nice. It would make for a really nice gift, don't you think? Absolutely.
Hello. Looking for a little memento of your visit?
Sure. What do we got here? The accessory shop. Oh, okay. We can get a little bit of everything here, apparently. Oh, interesting. Defends against KO one time, but breaks afterwards. Interesting utility, but eh. So this is all just prevent stuff. Guess it would be nice. Prevent death blows is kind of good. You really could consider that, I think, but yeah. Welcome to the Edel department store, where your money goes far and really wants to play. That's a weird line. Sundry's corner. Ah, right, of course, all of this stuff. Where's our reviving balms? Okay. Getting a little spooked by some of our encounters, so I'm gonna buy an extra stack of those. Just a little worried by some of the rough fights we've had. Ooh, we don't have issue 8. Hold on, let's get that. Maybe I should save that end of episode stuff. Read that, maybe. Read the magazine. We'll see. I'll read it on the way home, shall I? Anyway, there's still a bunch of stuff to look at, including the landing port. That's interesting. What's going on over here? Oh, there's a lot of people here. Looks like they changed around a lot of the rules this year for some reason. Oh, the arena must be here for the martial arts tournament. Okay. I can't believe the Royal Guardsmen aren't fighting. I wanted to see Lieutenant Schwartz do her thing. Yeah, me too, actually. Now that you said that possibility, I'm all about that. Why did I even bother buying an advance ticket? Oh, man. So, let's see. Who should I cheer for this year? Maybe I'll just cheer for blood. Doesn't matter whose. Yoki dokie. The border garrison team is totally gonna win again this year. Okay, it looks like a lot of, like, you know, career people allowed to be in this martial arts tournament. Kind of, I don't know. Welcome to the Grand Arena. There's still some time before the match begins. Please feel free to wait in line with the other spectators if you wish. Huh, okay, so we're not allowed to go in? Currently at the arena, we're holding the preliminary matches of the martial arts competition. May I see your tickets? Ticket sales are to the right. Right, so we're not gonna be able to... Nope. Right. Yep. But the lady at the counter won't sell me anything. Well, I guess that's the game telling us you're not going there yet, so... we will abide. Looks like there's a little park here. Let's have a quick look. No, nobody in the park. Okay.
Just ahead is the Erebonian embassy. The general public is prohibited from passing beyond this point. Official business only, I'm afraid.
Fair. Let's not go in the Erebonian embassy. Or the Calvard one. Don't want to bother these folks. And what do you suppose is over here, though? There's this own little tiny area. Oh. We're not going. It's locked. Wouldn't be surprised if that connects to the arena somehow. Maybe it's an entrance for competitors, you know? So they don't have to walk in through the front door, maybe? I don't know. Let's have a quick look here, too. There's a little... Ah, here's the ice cream stand. Okay. So there's a little thing here, so... Come and get it! Who wants some cold and creamy homemade ice cream? And her name is Sorbet, too, which is, like... apocryphal. Oh, well... a special ice cream. If it's special, I can't say no, now can I? Hold on now. Now, this ice cream is so special that it restores some CP, so might as well give that to Joshua. He's not full on it like Estelle is. So what do you think special ice cream requires? We're having some big hitter foods now. Look at everything's like doing like 1,000 health. That's crazy. Maple sugar, bird egg, fresh milk, firefly fungus, and vintage wine. Everything else, okay, the bird egg's a little tough, but we've been getting a lot of it from killing birds. Since I was locked up during the Sky Bandit incident, the company gave me a long paid vacation as compensation. I'm grateful to be able to spend this time with my son. Wow. Now see, that's what they say when they're like, you like to like talk to NPCs and like stuff in the story comes back up. There super were like staff in uniforms like these on the Linda was the missing one. So that's so crazy. And I bet if you talk to her, there's someone called Clarice among the NPCs at that point. If you talk to all the NPCs being held by the Sky Bandits. So, man, that's some fun little callbackiness. Today, Mom said she's gonna play with me all day. Wow. The second orbally powered clock, made in year 1163 of the Septian calendar by Zycian manufacturers. Cool, we saw the first one too, so that's another, like... Second place is nothing to sneeze at. That clock's pretty important too, aye? Alright, now finally, let's go over here. Oh, we can creep on this window. The History Museum! Okay, I was wondering what this thing is. And then we'll hit up the landing port once we're done there. Professor Alba, I knew we'd find him here. Welcome to the Grancel Museum of History. Our newest exhibit, Liberal and the Modernist Wave, is now open to the public. It's gripping. Exciting. Much obliged. Huh?
Well, if it isn't my favorite professor. I suspected I might see you here today.
Okay, well, don't we have to buy a ticket or ask the professor to show us around? Can we just walk around the museum?
The museum's job isn't just to show off old relics. We're also responsible for collecting, cataloging, and storing all of it. And we work with researchers like Professor Alba as well.
Okay, I feel that. A couple of huge containers here. Okay, I was hoping this would connect into a nice atrium on the top. But no, this was just a little closed-off spot. You know, you can see there's a second floor here, so... Tetracyclic Tower Outer Wall Segment. Age Pre-Septian. This wall segment was cut and carried from a tetracyclic tower, a structure built shortly after the Great Collapse. Depicted upon it are staff-wielding priest and a winged godlike being, typical of period frescoes. Scholars continue to examine the design for any connection with Eidos. Fascinating. So, tetracyclic tower, cyclic. Does that refer to all the towers we've been seeing? Did they just, like, hew off a huge chunk from one of those towers? It's a little alarming. Now, I hate to do this, but I love this shit, so I do actually like to do this. I hope you guys are interested in a little museum tour. Stone pillar with relief. Age Pre-Septian. found at the bottom of Lake Valeria, adorned with reliefs similar to those found on the walls of the tetracyclic towers. Cool, I see it. And here's some kind of mural on the ground. Floor tile, age Pre-Septian. A piece of tiled floor from inside a ruined building. Broken stones fit together to create beautiful and intricate patterns. Alright. This is some kind of, brazier. An ancient lantern, age Pre-Septian. A device built to hold fire, most often found near towers and other ceremonial structures. May have religious significance. Cool. Pre-Septian calendar, the ancient civilization of Zemuria. Around 1200 years ago, the advanced civilization of Zemuria was at its peak. Then, suddenly and inexplicably, it disappeared. A great collapse occurred, destroying the Zemurian culture and plunging its people into a dark age of ruin. I appreciate this, because we just read about the Great Collapse in the exhibit in the front lobby with that tower piece, and I was like, what the heck is that? I was thinking to myself I didn't have time to muse on it, but now I will muse on it, because now they actually explain it right away. That's good. The items exhibited on the first floor are from the very beginning of this era. They aren't believed to be products of the ancient civilization itself, but nonetheless, its influence is clearly visible upon them, giving them immense academic worth. Not products of the civilization, what? Then who? Are they even older than the Zemurian civilization? What the heck does that mean? That's mysterious. Septian Calendar 1 to 500, the Dark Age of Ruin. Immediately following the Great Collapse, the world was plunged into confusion, signaling the beginning of what came to be referred to as the Dark Ages. This era was defined by almost endless conflict between various powers and numerous nations, large and small, and lasted for roughly 500 years. Okay. I should point out that the real-life Dark Age, when we talk about the Dark Age, referring to like that period of like early medieval period, to be clear, it's mainly called the Dark Age because we don't have a lot of like records of that era, so we're kind of in the dark about it. It's not some kind of value judgment, which wouldn't be super cool. What we do know is that, civilization flourished in several places. I'm sure the obvious thing that you think Dark Age is going to be referred to crash of the Roman Empire. First of all, Roman Empire wasn't exactly the greatest thing in the world, at least towards the end, if at all ever. It wasn't great for everybody, the Roman Empire. But, like, obviously, yeah, that was a big, like, setback for a lot of regions, like, technology-wise and stuff, but I'm not gonna make a value judgment about the culture of the time. And, of course, culture flourished in all sorts of other places, like Byzantium, the Middle East, places further away, that's around the time ancient China was on the rise, everything, let's not kid around now. But this one I'm a little like, the Dark Age of Ruin, oh no. Seems to be going for that more cliche idea of the Dark Ages, as that's when things became grim, you guys. Knights Equipment, age Septian Calendar 500. In an era defined by conflict, war became a way of life, and as a result, warriors came to wield great influence in society. This eventually led to them becoming a privileged social class of their own. The knights wielded armaments like these when they went out onto the battlefield, returning with more spoils and land, and gradually increasing their influence and power all the more. Yeah, this is all medieval stuff. Here's this fancy, if you want to be really fancy, I think you can call it an arbalest. I think an arbalest was the name for a really huge crossbow. Look at the size of this thing. Ugh. But it's a crossbow, we don't want to be super fancy. Yeah. Man, look at this lore. I love it. I'm getting a little bit of backstory for this world. Like history and stuff. I appreciate it. Ooh. Look at all these paintings. Ah, these are like early airships, I assume. This will probably tell us. Let's have a read. Septian 1150 to 1200. The horrible post-revolutionary world. It's been only 50 years since Professor C. Epstein invented orbaments, and world technology was advanced at lightning speed ever since. Perhaps the most notable representative of these advances is the more modern orbital-powered airship. These orbital ships are already used extensively in Liberl, but neighboring nations such as Erebonia have also begun to devote themselves to their manufacture as well, and smaller-sized airships are also used. Cool, I like it. I can recognize some of these models too. This looks like the Capua's ship, yeah? Actually, I'm not sure about any of the others. This one, I think, might be the maintenance ship, maybe? We may have seen this one, but I'm pretty sure this is the Capua ship right there, the little scout craft. Yeah. What's going on up here, then? What's this display? Septian calendar 500 to 1100, the Septian era. Yeah, we skipped like a few centuries there when we looked at the airships there, but what are you gonna do? Ah, the church shows up at this point. The first appearance of the Septian Church occurred around the year 500 and marked the end of the Dark Ages. The church, centered around the goddess of the sky Aidios and espousing an ideology of human salvation, began to take an active role in society and rapidly permeated social consciousness. Eventually, the nobility and knight class could no longer ignore the church's power, and a new order was established with the church at the center. Alright, curious. Kind of a late role for the church to step in, but I guess it goes like that sometimes. What do we have here? Ancient artifacts, age unknown. Oh. Artifact, noun. A relic of any shape or size found in an ancient ruin and generally of unknown or uncertain purpose. The church believes these artifacts have some connection with the Septerions, gifts from Aidios, and their recovery is one of the duties that the church fulfills. Artifacts are said to have supernatural powers, but those on display here are all ones that have since lost said powers and are no longer functional. Or it's all a bunch of doohickey, come on now. Oh, I better not say that too loud, yeah. Yeah, so they're like relics. I get it. Relics of the church. Cool stuff. Now this looks interesting. This appears to be a hand-powered loom. That's fun. A medieval loom. Age, Septian calendar 900. A man-powered machine used to spin thread. As the Septian era continued and people became accustomed to peas... I was about to read peas, cotton, and other crops. That's not the accustomed. That was a real bad blind read there. Let's try again. As the Septian era continued and people became accustomed to peas... cotton and other crops became more widely cultivated and sold. This was also the era in which handicrafts with the intent to obtain money came into practice. Makes sense, huh? A book. Ah, yeah. Probably a revolution in printing, I assume? Church testaments, manuscript. Age, Septian calendar 500. Ooh, early stuff. Probably not printing press then, yeah. A handwritten copy of the scriptures used by the church at the end of the Dark Ages. The ability to print did not exist in the Middle Ages, leaving no choice but to copy by hand onto pieces of parchment. Yeah, there you go, yeah. This was like a major job of real-life monasteries. Monks would spend days and days copying stuff. That's kinda how it worked in the pre-printing press era. I believe it was called, like, illumination, or maybe that's just the one that made the pictures in them. I'm not sure. Now I'm talking a little bit out of my ass. But I do know that was a major job of, like, monks in monasteries. Maybe nuns as well? I don't know. No. In the Middle Ages, before printing was a thing. Church ritual items. Age, Septian calendar 900, approx. The church has long been a source of art, and this has been true since the dawn of the Septian era. It was around the year 900, however, that the current likeness of Aidios is thought to have been first created. Likewise, many of the ritual items used by the church today first assumed their present forms in this time period too. Okay, yeah, I see. I'm not sure what all of these do. That looks like a candlestick, maybe, like a lantern thingy there, but yeah, interesting. And here's a world map. Ooh, that's exciting. It's too bad we can't exactly look at it to get like a proper vibe of the world. We can make out some stuff, but hold on. Where do you think this little corner of our world links up there? Oh man, it's really hard to say. It's just too small of a picture, but if I had to guess, it'd be that the second, the left orb, top left, I would say, the little corner there. Oh, excuse me, my phone's going off. Oh, so sorry about the little skip there. Got hit by a little phone call that I did have to take there real quick. But that's our museum tour done. Wow, that was actually pretty nice. I really enjoyed that little sneak peek into the history of this world, or at least this country. Once again, the freaking scope of this story kind of limiting itself to just a region of this world is kind of nice.